He was younger on average, than many of the pilots that went down to Tuskegee and joined the 99th. And when I finally got him to talk about it, what he openly conceded was that it was blind luck. They were going out on an escort, and while escorting a bomber, Wendell Pruitt took some shrapnel in his plane, and they thought it was damaged enough that he wasn't going to be able to stay in the air. So Dad was assigned to go back with him, and they went back low. They were flying low because they were trying to conserve fuel. They came out over Trieste and were in a fog bank. They came out of the fog bank, and the destroyer was right in front of them. And they're stuck. They were sitting there with this boat in front of them, and they're looking at it, and you can't go over the deck, because if you go over the deck, you're exposing your belly. Your belly's going to take shrapnel. You're going to end up swimming. You can't go around the boat, because you're going to end up exposing your belly. You're going to take shrapnel. You're going to go swimming. You can't turn around at that point and try and figure out another way, because that boat should be on the radio telling whoever is in the area that there's 2 Americans flying around, and you're going to end up having to blow gas in a dogfight. So Dad and Wendell came up. They figured they'd get a little high, dive and go low at the boat so that they could get under the guns, open fire, skim over the deck, come out the other side, get low, stay beneath the deck guns, and just run until they got out of range. So they went at it. They started diving at the plane. They got low, and they were opening fire. And as my dad always said, he was watching his tracers. Every 5th round out of the machine guns was a tracer. And he was watching the bullets hit the water. They hit the boat. He watched them walk up the boat. And then he always said his bullets went up to the deck, and he saw an open door on the deck, and his next thought was, when they're under attack, that door's supposed to be closed. And as his bullets went in there, the ship suddenly went boom. So his next thought after that was, I got to get above this explosion. So he managed to get above the explosion, but he did take shrapnel from the explosion. And for the rest of the flight back to Ramitelli, he and Pruitt were trying to figure out what they hit. It was a minesweeper. It was a mine layer, rather. So he always figured he hit the magazine, and the ship just went up. I've always kind of preferred that to the way it's been portrayed in the movies, just because, in a way, that's the way things happen. I don't think he was big about it. I mean, out of his life, that was 3 years. He spent 43 years in law enforcement. After he came back to Oakland, he was in the first class of African American recruits for the Oakland Police Department. You know, I mean, I miss him a lot. He's been dead now 21 years. And he just sticks with me. And that's the best way I can describe it.